COVID of the ceremony. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of our presiding officer, Colonel Betsy Ross, commander of the 52nd Mission Support Group, welcome to today's Change of Command ceremony, where Lieutenant Colonel Adam Baker will relinquish command of the 52nd Force Support Squadron, and Major Ingrid Muniz will assume command. I'm Chief Master Sergeant Mackenzie Geary, and I will be your narrator for today's ceremony. As a reminder to our military guests, today's ceremony is considered an indoor event, therefore wearing of headgear and the rendering of salutes during the German and American national anthems is not required. At key points during the ceremony, you will be asked to sit or stand. At this time, it is my pleasure to welcome our distinguished guests in attendance today. Please hold your applause until everyone is introduced. Mary Baker, spouse of Colonel Adam Baker, and their children, Luke and Jane. From the 52nd Fighter Wing Leadership Team, Commander Colonel David Epperson and his wife Lisa, Vice Commander Colonel William McKibben, and the Command Chief, Chief Master Sergeant Toby Roach. From the 52nd Maintenance Group, Commander Colonel James Vinson and the Chief Enlisted Manager, Chief Master Sergeant Christopher Yeager. From the 52nd Munitions Maintenance Group, Colonel Michael Clancy and the Chief Enlisted Manager, Chief Master Sergeant Jeremiah Dinan. From the 52nd Mission Support Group, Deputy Commander Lieutenant Colonel Charles Goad, Deputy Director Mr. Russell Oster, and the Chief Enlisted Manager, Chief Master Sergeant Stephen Matthews. From the 52nd Medical Group, representing the Commander, Lieutenant Colonel Rebecca Powers. We also extend a warm welcome to all other commanders, chiefs, first sergeants, supervisors, friends, family, our host nation partners, and the men and women of the 52nd Force Support Squadron. Thank you for attending. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the arrival of the official party, the singing of the German and American national anthems, followed by the invocation.
Ma'am, I present the squadron.
Einigkeit und Recht und Freiheit für das deutsche Vaterland. Danach lasst uns alle streben, brüderlich mit Herz und Hand. Einigkeit und Recht und Freiheit sind des Kluges Unterpfand. Dieses kluges, deutsches Vaterland. Im Glanze dieses kluges, deutsches Vaterland. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we've watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled I invite you to bow your head and join me in prayer.
Right.
Gracious God, on this day we recognize the gift of leadership. We thank you for the leadership of Lieutenant Colonel Adam Baker and the direction and guidance he has provided the 52nd Force Support Squadron. May you give him continued wisdom in assuming his new assignment. We also ask that you give the new commander, Major Ingrid Munoz, continued wisdom, strength, and courage to provide the leadership necessary to the airmen of the squadron. All this we ask. Amen.
Thank you, Technical Sergeant Nuremberg and Chaplain Pippin. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. It is my pleasure to introduce the presiding officer for today's ceremony, Colonel Betsy Ross.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for being here today, and thank you to those who can't attend in person but are with us remotely. We appreciate you being here with us. Today truly is a special day, and we're excited to have you here with us. Colonel, Mrs. Everson, Lisa, thank you so much for being here. Colonel McKibben, Chief Roach, appreciate y'all taking time out of your schedule to be here to celebrate this momentous occasion with us. And a special welcome to the Baker family, Mary, Luke, and Jane. Thanks for being here while we celebrate your husband and dad. This is really a great opportunity to celebrate his success along with our airmen of the FSS. And a special welcome to Gary and Annette, and mom and dad, and all the A's, Amber, Austin, Andrew, Ashley, and Andrea. We're so glad you can be with us remotely, so thank you all. I'd also like to extend a special welcome to Major Munoz family, her mom, Alicia, sister Jocelyn, brother Jose, and nieces Jaylene and Hennessy, and nephew JJ. I know you all are watching remotely, so thank you for tuning in and sharing this moment with Ingrid. We're so glad you can be part of this celebration. Commanders, chiefs, friends, family, and most importantly, the men and women of the 52nd Force Support Squadron, welcome and thank you for being part of this special day. I'd like to take a moment first to thank Senior Master Sergeant Martin and Master Sergeant Royal for all your hard work to make this such a great event. Where are they? There they are. Thank you all. Appreciate you. Thank you. And thank you, Chief Gary, for narrating. You're fabulous as always. And thank you to Sergeant Nuremberg for that beautiful rendition of the national anthems. She is like traveling national anthem singer and amazing every single time, so thank you for that. And Chaplain Pippin, thank you for blessing these leaders and their families. We appreciate that. Today, I have the honor of presiding over one of our oldest military traditions, the passing of command. Today, we pass command of the 52nd Force Support Squadron from one outstanding leader, that's Colonel Baker, to another, Major Lieutenant Colonel Select Munoz. While this ceremony is a little different than what we're used to due to some COVID prevention measures, I'm so thankful that we're able to start returning to normal and have everyone together to be part of the special event. It's a great sign of future goodness. Lieutenant Colonel Adam Baker took command of the 52nd Force Support Squadron in July of 2019. And is now moving on to Joint Base Langley Eustis in Virginia to command the Force Support Squadron there. He and his family will be greatly missed here in Sabre Nation. Major Munoz is joining us after just graduating Air Command and Staff College at Maxwell Air Force Base, Alabama. Major Munoz and Major Horn, our new LRS commander, were students there together, so they had a head start on forming a team and learning to work together. At least I hope that's what they were doing and not planning a coup to take over the MSG. This is Major Munoz's second tour here at Spangdahlem. The Eifel region was her very first assignment in the Air Force. She was the OIC of Customer Support, Deputy Flight Commander of the Sustainment and Services Flight, as well as the Section Commander in the Civil Engineer Squadron. So she knows lots of our skeletons. We're lucky to have her experience and expertise back on the team. She's the right leader to take the Force Support Squadron to the next level. Adam, you're leading the FSS with a legacy of exceptional competence and deeper commitment to our core values and caring for one another. You took command with a vision of teamwork and exceptional customer service. You achieved that vision. You introduced squadron-wide competitions, lots of them, and emphasized professionalism, built teams, and took care of airmen across the wing. Your passion for the airmen and the mission are infectious. Not COVID infectious, but still pretty contagious. You expertly led more than 500 military and civilian professionals across 12 flights, 3 detachments, and 16 GSUs. You were the driving force ensuring we safely provided critical mission operations throughout the pandemic. You led the only in-residence enlisted professional military education courses in the entire MATCHCOM. You maintained customer service operations to ensure the rest of the base, well, actually the rest of the Air Force, was able to continue accomplishing the mission. From CAT cards to food ops to ROM Village, you ensured not only Sabre Nation, but the entire Air Force cared for airmen while maintaining full mission capability. Your leadership and inspiration resulted in numerous awards and recognitions across the squadron. From BTZ wins to USAFE and Air Force level awards, you motivated and inspired your airmen to achieve more than they ever imagined possible. To include the most recent award of your community services flight being recognized as the best in the Air Force. Congratulations to that flight. You and the FS team aced the wing's unit effectiveness and nuclear surety inspections with 0 findings across 38 critical areas. And you were recognized by MATCHCOM inspectors with 5 superior performers. You led and cared for the Air Force's most expensive and most vital weapon system, our airmen. Your genuine care for airmen was always in the forefront. You championed the rewrite of the Joint Travel Regulation, advocating for increased reimbursement for our single airmen to offset costs during PCS. Your efforts directly affected not just airmen, but military members across the Department of Defense. One of the most unique challenges you faced was standing up the Air Force's only overseas deployment aggregation site, also known as ROM Village. Your laser focus on caring for airmen was obvious as you safeguarded not only the airmen passing through the base, but also our Sabres. You developed processes and guidelines to protect our airmen while still providing the exceptional level of service the 52nd FSS is known for. Under your leadership, the FSS was able to provide a mission-critical capability that no other base in the entire MATCHCOM was able to provide. You and your team were able to execute wing-wide events even with the limitations of the COVID pandemic. Your morale, welfare, and recreation team was in the top 20% of the entire Air Force, despite enduring tighter local restrictions. You found ways to increase morale and sustain families while upholding the COVID guidelines. You led 24 wing-wide events over the past year, strengthening the mission readiness, resilience, and grit of our airmen and their families. You have accomplished much in your tenure here at Spangdahlem, and I'm so glad you're going to continue leading airmen at 52nd, or at the Force Support Squadron at Langley. And I know you'll continue to inspire and motivate airmen to accomplish the mission. Mary, Luke, Jane, thank you for supporting Adam and being part of our Air Force family. Command truly is a family endeavor, and your love and patience have made all the difference, not only for Adam, but for all of our airmen and their families. Major Munoz, we're so excited to welcome you back to Sabre Nation. You are absolutely the right person to continue leading and inspiring the FSS team. You're stepping into command at an unprecedented time, full of challenges and opportunities. I'm confident your vision and vast experience in force support and protocol will propel the squadron to even greater achievements. Have the courage to lead the way, show your airmen and their families how much you care, and together you'll achieve great success. Congratulations. Welcome back to the team. I look forward to serving with you.
Thank you, Colonel Ross. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the presentation of the Meritorious Service Medal to Lieutenant Colonel Baker.
Squadron, hand.
Attention to orders. This is to certify the Meritorious Service Medal, 2nd Oak Leaf Cluster is awarded to Lieutenant Colonel Adam L. Baker for meritorious service 9 July 2019 to 6 July 2021. Lieutenant Colonel Adam L. Baker distinguished himself in performance of outstanding service to the United States as Commander, 52nd Force Support Squadron, 52nd Mission Support Group, 52nd Fighter Plane, Spangdahlem Air Base, Germany. During this period, Colonel Baker led 580 American and German airmen spanning 12 flights while providing power, personnel, services, and postal support to 10,000 members across 16 geographic units. As the wing's epicenter for morale and welfare, Colonel Baker lobbied the Air Force's Services Center for $2.3 million, which resulted in a state-of-the-art turf field and complete overhaul of 54 temporary line facility rooms. Additionally, in preparation for the unit effectiveness inspection and nuclear surety inspections, he revamped the Commander's Inspection Program and inspected 38 sections, resulting in 0 findings and 5 superior performers. Furthermore, as the command's sole restriction of movement site, Colonel Baker established a clean corridor for passenger movement in which he readied $12 million in contingency quarters, forged $64,000 in upgrades, and delivered 584 personnel in support of 3 combatant commands. Despite pandemic challenges, he energized a spirit of innovation that resulted in 280 programs and increased overall customer satisfaction to 94%. Finally, Colonel Baker's steadfast leadership culminated in 12 United States Air Forces in Europe and 2 Air Force level awards. The singularly distinctive accomplishments of Colonel Baker reflect great credit upon himself and the United States Air Force. Thank you, Colonel Ross. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
Right.
Colonel Baker will now address the 52nd Force Support Squadron for the last time as Commander.
Thank you, Chief Gary. Thank you, Chaplain Pippin, and Cassandra. It was nice to have you sing the national anthem. Cassandra was my national anthem singer for my first change of command. So 2 years later, you're here again, so thank you for that. Good morning, Colonel Epperson, Lisa, Colonel McKibben, Chief Roach, group commanders, fellow squadron commanders, chiefs, first sergeants, and the men and women of the 52nd Force Support Squadron. To all of you, thank you for your attendance at today's event. I'd also like to recognize the project officers, as Ross has done. For today's event, Senior Master Sergeant Martin, Master Sergeant Royal, the squadron formation, thank you for representing the diverse mission set of the FSS. Go ahead and be at ease.
Squadron, hand. Ready.
To those members who put in work behind the scenes, thank you. I know this event took a lot of work, so thank you for making this change of command a success. As I reflect upon this moment, to be standing here today is bittersweet. The challenges faced during command have been both a burden and a blessing. I know that I have grown immensely as a leader over the past 2 years, and that I would gladly extend in this position if I could. However, I'm looking forward to my next adventure at Langley Air Force Base. But before I go, I would like to take a moment to express my gratitude to the leaders and colleagues who helped me grow along the way. Colonel Epperson and Lisa, what a great example of an Air Force family. Thank you for being huge FSS fans and customers. Colonel Epperson, thank you for your ever-present guidance during these past few years. It was a difficult course, but you did an outstanding job leading our wing. I was proud to be a member of your team. Colonel Ross. Thank you for your kind words and for officiating today's ceremony. My family loved being a part of the MSG family and the Sabre Nation. Thank you for giving me the latitude to be successful with such a diverse mission set and for empowering me as a leader. Thank you for your leadership and for your focus on those areas that really made a difference. I valued our time together as we worked hard to navigate the right path to ensure we provided the best level of care to all women. I appreciated your guidance and help along the way. To the Force Support leadership team and staff, I'm grateful for all of your assistance during these last 2 years. I could not have asked for better teammates. And in your words, not mine, but these might ring true, there's no way Langley can have a better leadership team than this. Chief Geary, Ms. Calakenny, Captain Briggs, Jessica, Brian, Caroline, and Red. You made coming to work every day an enjoyable experience. The amount of work you accomplish daily is remarkable. Your work ethic and dedication are clearly a tribute to the FSS motto, the best never rest. I will always remember our level of teamwork throughout my career, and I thank you for trusting me and for your friendships. To the FSS flight chiefs and superintendents, your commitment to excellence is inspiring. Collectively, as mentioned by Colonel Ross, you accumulated 12 USAFE awards, and as of yesterday, we were up to 3 Air Force level awards. It felt like every Friday I was out in your sections congratulating individuals for achievement or recognizing outstanding customer service. Because of your leadership, I knew FSS was dedicated to caring for all airmen and customers. Your leadership, without question, made my job easier. I clearly had a great team. Thank you. To the squadron commanders, thank you for your commitment to innovation and the mission. Together, our collaboration and networking ensured our collective success. Getting expert advice or solving a problem was always one phone call away. Specifically, to the MSG squadron commanders, Lieutenant Colonel Code and Mr. Oster, it's an absolute blast to be on your team. I could not have asked for better colleagues. To my wife, Mary, everybody's favorite and my better half. The squadron recognizes all that you did behind the scenes. FSS clearly benefited from your humor and your care. To my son Luke, my daughter Jane, you two are what makes this adventure so much fun. The road trips we took across Europe were epic and unforgettable. Thank you for your love and support along the way. Finally, Indy. It has been a pleasure to get to know you, and I could not have asked for a better replacement. As a previous Sabre Airman, you have already asked the right questions, you have done your research, and I know you are the right pick to lead this squadron. Best wishes. As I conclude, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude, specifically to the men and women of the 52nd Force Support Squadron. You do so much to care for our airmen and families every day, year-round. I have personally been impacted in my life, my family, and I will never forget this incredible team. I have seen firsthand the impacts you have had on the wing, and I cannot show you enough appreciation for your service. Thank you. It has been an honor to be here.
Thank you, Colonel Baker. The men and women of the 52nd Force Support Squadron will now honor Colonel Baker with a final salute.
Squadron, hand, put, present, hold. Sir, thank you for your leadership and support to the men and women of the 52nd Force Support Squadron.
It's been one hell of a ride.
Hold up, hold.
At this time, the Force Support Squadron would like to recognize Colonel Baker's wife, Mary, and their children, Luke and Jane, with a token of appreciation for their continuous support. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as Lieutenant Colonel Adam Baker relinquishes command and Major Ingrid Muniz assumes command of the 52nd Force Support Squadron.
Publish the orders.
Attention to orders. The Department of the Air Force has announced that effective 6 July 2021, by order of the 52nd Mission Support Group Commander, Colonel Betsy Ross, Major Ingrid Muniz is assigned as Commander, 52nd Force Support Squadron, Spangdahlem Air Base, Germany. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce for the first time as Commander of the 52nd Force Support Squadron, Major Ingrid Muniz.
Guten Morgen. First off, I want to start by saying thank you to all of you for being here on this special occasion. I'd like to also thank Tech Sergeant Norienberg for that beautiful rendition of the national anthem, Chaplain Pippin for the invocation, Senior Master Sergeant Martin, and Master Sergeant Royal for your hard work in planning today's ceremony. Colonel Upperson, thank you for hiring me and allowing me to command here at Spangdahlem. It is a true honor to be selected for this position. Colonel Ross, thank you for allowing me to lead one of the amazing squadrons in your group. I am truly honored to be part of the MSG team. Colonel McKibben, Chief Roach, Colonel Vinson, Chief Yeager, Colonel Clancy, Chief Dinan, Colonel Gold, Mr. O. Steiner, Chief Matthews, Lieutenant Colonel Powers, Senior Gordon, Mary, Luke, and Jane, my dear friends Christina and Fareed, distinguished guests, fellow commanders, chiefs, and first sergeants here today. Thank you, and Dankeschön for taking the time out of your busy schedules to attend to the ceremony. I am grateful for your presence here today. So Lieutenant Colonel Baker, thank you so much for your assistance during my transition and answering the numerous questions I had for you. During your time here, you encountered one of the most challenging leadership obstacles filled with so much uncertainty and unknowns leading through a pandemic. I am thankful for the foundation you built during your time to help make this transition a smoother process for me. I am grateful for your leadership and all of the countless hours and dedications you put into leading the squadron. To my family and friends tuning in virtually, thank you for waking up so early to tune into today's ceremony. I know most of you are not morning people, so I'm sorry, but pretty soon you'll be able to go back to bed. I'd like to give a special shout out to my mom, Alicia, my sister, Jocelyn, my brother, Jose, my brother-in-law, Joshua, my adorable nieces and nephew, Jaylene, Hennessy, and JJ, and also to my family in Puerto Rico and Panama tuning in virtually. I'm gonna switch to Spanish for a minute as to not confuse anyone. I wanna say, los quiero y extraño mucho. Gracias por siempre creer en mí y por siempre apoyarme. To my father, who is no longer with us, I want to say a special thank you for always inspiring me and encouraging me to always work hard and push forward. I am so thankful for your constant support. Last, and certainly not least, to the men and women of the 52nd Force Support Squad, thank you for this amazing ceremony and the win. I am completely honored and overjoyed to join the team. Over the last year, you have faced unprecedented obstacles and challenges, and together you have thrived and pushed through all of those challenges. I am beyond excited to see the great things we will accomplish together. I am truly proud and honored to serve with you. Now let's keep pushing forward and working hard to take care of the men and women of the 52nd Fighter Wing, their families, our host nation partners, and our team. Thank you, and Dankeschön.
Major Muniz. At this time, the men and women of the 52nd Force Support Squadron would like to honor Major Muniz with their first salute.
Squadron, hand, hook. Free, head, hook. Ma'am, on behalf of the men and women of the 52nd Force Support Squadron, we look forward to working with you.
I look forward to working with you as well.
Forward up, hook.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the Air Force song and the departure of the official party.